Welcome to the podcast, the head coach at Duquesne, our buddy Dan Burt. Dan, it's great to see you on Nothing But Net. Thanks for being with us.
Thanks for having me, Debbie. It's good to see you guys.
Yeah, I always love breaking it down and chopping it up with you because I think there are times when your analysis and your feel for the game come together in a way that's somewhat unique. And I just want you to explain it to us a little bit because I think you got something really interesting to offer.
Well, I think this year has been a real challenge for us. We went without a traditional point guard. We play a unique system similar to Tennessee women, where we press on every make and every miss. And we don't quite have the emphasis on 3-point shooting that we did last year, where we were top five in the nation and made threes per game. But we have struggled with not having a point guard, and that's on me. We have the youngest team in the Atlantic 10, but also the tallest team in the Atlantic 10. So we're top 10 in the nation in rebounding, and we feel really good about that. But our ability to value the basketball has not been at a level where we can win. And you can't blame the kids for that. That falls on me and putting them in position to do better things. And that's why we sit at 7-9 currently. And so as we move forward through this season, we've talked about becoming 0-0, starting with today, and having growth one game at a time. Because really, frankly, in our league, it's very hard to make it as an at-large team, and we're certainly not an at-large team at this point. So, we want to be as mentally fit. Excuse me, we want to be as fresh mentally and physically as we can be in February, so that we can play our best basketball in March and hopefully be able to win 4 in a row.
Well, let's break that down a little bit, Dan, because you got a couple of things working right there. Meg McConnell was a triple double, an incredible point guard. You had her for a long time. That takes some time to replace a player of her caliber. And then, secondly, how has your mindset shifted towards not thinking that you might be an at large and preparing your team for the A10 tournament?
When you have someone of Meg McConnell's caliber, who's the first WNBA player since John Quell Jones, I believe, from the Atlantic 10, that's always going to be a very, very big loss. And not just on the floor, but her leadership capabilities still resonate today. But we don't have Meg, and we've moved forward from her since June. We love her to death. We follow her closely with her ability, her playing in Adelaide right now. But we've moved forward as a team, and we still have a McConnell. We have Kelly McConnell, who's her cousin, and she's coming along very similar to how Meg was as a freshman. And we also lost 2 other guards. Journey Kiaku left us to go to Indiana, and Angela Matic is playing about 35 minutes a game at Loyola Marymount. And so we really didn't have a lot of returning experience at the guard spot. I felt really good about our talent level. I still feel really good about them. But experience, you can't overvalue experience. We certainly lack that, and we're finding that out in our games, especially in the fourth quarter. And so that falls upon me, that we play those last 10 to 12 minutes in a better fashion, where we have better ball security and value the basketball. Because in 3 of our 4 Atlantic 10 losses, we've led for more than 28 minutes in the game, and we've got to find a way to finish those games, those last 12 minutes. When you talk about not being an at large, I don't know if we thought we were going to be an at large this year. We thought we were going to be pretty good, but with having the youngest team in the Atlantic 10, we knew we were going to take some hits here and there, just a few more than what I'm used to. And I love the players that are on our team. I think we have a very, very good group of young women who are really still very connected and really want the very best and are bought in. And so we're close, but close only counts in hand grenades and horseshoes. And so we've got some work to do, and hopefully we'll be mentally and physically fresh in February to play our best basketball in March.
Well, I look at your schedule and I see a win over an ACC team, a win over Kent State in the MAC, Navy, who was picked to win the Patriot League. And then you mentioned, leading for 28 minutes. I have that every conference game has been 3 or 4 possessions for you. So it does come down to what you're saying about maybe game slippage or, finding solutions at the end of the game. How are you getting your point guard play and your decision making, not just your point guards, but decision making late with a young team. How do you rep that?
Well, we really don't call anyone a point guard on the team, and so what we've done is we've had Kelly McConnell, Faith Walker, who's a 6'1" guard who handles the ball for us a lot, and Gabby Grantham, who's just coming back from an injury. And one of the biggest things is that you can be top 10 in the nation in rebounding like we are, but if you play good defense, get the defensive rebound, and then within 3 seconds on an outlet or off of a dribble after the rebound, turn it right back over, you're really not that good. And we've done that consistently about 4 times a game. And
Mm.
so what we've done with those three are coming back to meet the ball and get the ball. And as chaotic as we want to play on defense with pressing on every make and every miss, on offense, what we've learned because of our experience or lack thereof is that for us to have growth and move forward, we're going to have to play at a little slower pace. And we're going to have to be a little bit more methodical on offense. And that's as soon as we rebound the ball defensively and as we advance the ball up the floor.
Does that mean that you have to call more sets and instead of just flowing naturally into some offense?
Yeah, it really does. We haven't run a lot of sets since our 2016 team that went to the round of 32 in the NCAA tournament. I'm not a set type guy, but
Mm.
we're going to have to run more sets to get our shooters open. Alexis Bortis has had an outstanding freshman year, and she's a walking bucket. We've got to find more ways for her to get clean looks at the rim and take more shots from her, because she is a bucket getter and someone that's capable of going off for 25 plus on any given night.
Want to thank head coach Dan Burt from Duquesne for joining us on Nothing But Net. It's always a pleasure to have you on with us, Dan. Thank you so much for being on Nothing But Net.